mysterious arrival. After leaving the capital city of Hansi, Durika, Ruta, and their children settled in a small, peaceful village at the foot of Mount Evi. Their arrival was shrouded in mystery, as no one knew who they were, where they came from, or what circumstances led them to this quiet corner of the world. Durika, a skilled embroiderer with a passion for teaching, quickly adapted to her new surroundings, opening a small school for the neighborhood children and selling beautifully embroidered shirts. This modest livelihood was enough to sustain her family of 5. Her husband Ruta, their eldest son, Rondu, their daughter Fura, and their youngest son, Tatis. Durika's new role. Durika's talents and kind nature soon made her a beloved figure in the community. Her embroidery was not only a source of income, but also a form of artistic expression that connected her to the people around her. Each stitch told a story. Each design reflected her inner world. And through this craft, she forged bonds with her neighbors. Her classes were a hit among the children, who loved her gentle teaching methods and the beautiful shirts she created for them. Her embroidery workshop became a hub of activity. Local women often visited to learn from her, and children gathered for her lessons. Durika's patience and dedication endeared her to everyone, and her small home buzzed with life and laughter. For Durika, this was a way to find solace and purpose after the tumultuous events that had brought her family to this remote village. Rondu, Fura, and Tatis. Rondu, Durika and Ruta's oldest son, was a bright and energetic boy who quickly adapted to his new life. He helped his mother with the embroidery business, running errands, and assisting with household chores. His younger sister, Fura, born 5 years after Rondu, was a curious and imaginative child, always eager to learn and explore. Tatis, the youngest, was still a toddler, but his cheerful disposition and boundless energy brought joy to the family. The children were a source of strength and hope for Durika. She took great pride in their growth and development, ensuring they received both education and love. Despite the challenges, she was determined to provide them with a stable and nurturing environment. Ruta's struggle with the past. In contrast to the bustling life of Durika and the children, Ruta was a somber presence in their home. He spent his days in silence, lost in thought, haunted by memories of a past filled with glory and violence. Once a fierce warrior and conqueror, Ruta now found himself struggling with a deep and abiding sadness. He rarely spoke to anyone other than Durika, and even with her, his words were few and measured. Ruta's inner turmoil was evident to those around him. He often gazed longingly at the distant mountains, as if seeking answers in their majestic peaks. The weight of his past conquests and battles hung heavily on him, a stark contrast to the peaceful life they now led. Durika tried to support him, but she knew that some battles could only be fought alone. The quiet departure of a conqueror. More than a year after moving to the foot of Mount Evi, Ruta's health began to decline. His once strong and imposing figure grew frail, and his already quiet demeanor became more withdrawn. The villagers, though curious, respected his privacy and left him alone with his thoughts. Durika, while tending to her family and her work, kept a close watch over her husband, knowing that his time was drawing near. One cold winter morning, Ruta passed away in his sleep. His departure was a quiet one, befitting the somber life he had led since leaving Hansi. Durika and the children were devastated by his loss. Despite his silence and sadness, Ruta had been a pillar of their family. His absence left a void that could never be filled. The villagers gathered to mourn Ruta's passing, offering their condolences and support to Durika and her children. It was a somber time, marked by the quiet reflection of a life once filled with greatness now ended in solitude. Durika, though heartbroken, knew she had to remain strong for her children. A new beginning. Ruta's death marked the end of an era, but it also heralded a new beginning for Durika and her family. She resolved to honor her husband's memory by continuing to build a life of purpose and meaning. Her embroidery business flourished, and her classes became even more popular. The villagers admired her resilience and dedication, and Durika found comfort in their support. Rondu, Fura, and Tatis grew up surrounded by love and learning. Durika's strength and determination were a guiding light for them. She taught them not only the skills of embroidery, but also the values of hard work, perseverance, and compassion. Under her care, they thrived, each developing their unique talents and abilities.